Hello, my star family. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, my name is Petra, and welcome to Rockin' with the Stars. We are so happy to have you join the Star family because we are what? Blessed and highly favored over here. And if you believe that as well, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And also share it to all the people you know are blessed and highly favored. All right, now let's get right into it with Star Shit of the Day. Hello, how are you guys doing? How you guys been feeling? Let me know. Let's talk. What's going on? I came on here and I was just like, what is Star Shit of the Day? Like, is there something that I should be talking about? But then, like, in the back of my head, I was just like, does there always have to be something that you have to talk about? Like, sometimes it's just like, sometimes there just won't be a lot of Star Shit, messages, but I do still feel like, that should just say, like, sometimes it doesn't take for you to have to say something or have to, have a message in order for you to come on here and just talk and reflect. Sometimes it's just simply be. And I feel like I've been taking that into consideration with my life as well. Like, like it doesn't always have to be an objective, It doesn't have to be something like a plan in order to do something or start something. You don't always have to have a plan or always have to have something on your to-do list in order to just do something, Sometimes you just simply just do. And I feel like that's the message in itself, like, especially during this time, like, I haven't really just been out here trying to just like do, like, no. I've literally just been going with the flow, and I like that. I like going with the flow, allowing the ideas, allowing the downloads to come, and then take action when they do come, regarding anything. But yeah, I hope you guys have been doing good. You let me know. I think it was like what was it yesterday? It was like a retrograde yesterday. I think it was Mars retrograde. I think people were saying Mercury retrograde, but I think it was Mars. Yesterday in the sign of Capricorn. Wait, hold on. Let me double check this. I don't want to give false information. Okay, yes, exactly. I was right. So yeah, yesterday, which was the 30th. Oh, no. Yesterday was the 29th, December 29th. And that was the start of Mercury retrograde. So it wasn't Mars. It was Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn. Basically, from a lot of the posts and stuff like that I've gone through and stuff, I'm not going to go through all the posts that I've seen because I've just been liking stuff and, like, taking note. But, whenever it comes to retrogrades and stuff like that, it's just kind of like a rest, reset, a reflecting kind of period. So yeah, it being in Capricorn, they were just saying that as this world keeps moving at a fast pace, this retrograde is inviting us to take our time and prioritize ourselves. People can wait, that job can wait, whatever. If your brain is, feeling slow and like foggy and stuff like that, just take a break. Like, I feel like with this world, everybody is moving so fast. Everybody is on that fast train, and it's just like, it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to be on the world's time. You have to be on your time. Prioritize yourself. How do you feel? Check in with yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. How do you feel? Are you in alignment? Yeah, so don't feel pressured to move on anybody else's time. With these retrogrades, sometimes we can feel that energy and just be like, oh shit, like, and that's why people don't really like retrogrades. But honestly, the retrogrades come to help us. They come to help us take a moment to like actually sit down and just like relax, because if we don't have the retrogrades, in order for us to like tamper with, technology and communication and stuff like that, we will constantly be on go. And yeah, sometimes that retrograde is needed. well, most of the time that retrograde is needed for humanity to just kind of like pause, you know, like, because we can be moving so fast sometimes. So yeah, that's kind of how what I've been doing. I have just been doing nothing but, you know, going to daycare obviously, but also just like prioritizing myself, my needs, what I feel like I want to do. Um, and yeah, and I also feel like, you know, this world doesn't have to be taken too seriously, and I feel like people can be caught in that trap of taking this world so serious, and it's just like it really does not have to be that serious, you know, like it really does not. Everything doesn't have to be so like this is the way it has to be, like, you know, boom 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 boom, these are the steps, da da da. And it's just like, no, I promise you, because my fate is aligned with the divine, you know, I'm gonna make it out there regardless. So it's like, yeah. So I feel like that's just the message in itself. And I think that's all I have to say, honestly. Like, it was a short little one too, but we'll see what the messages come up when I start with these cards. But I hope you guys have been doing good. I'm wishing y'all a great New Year's. You know, today's the 30th, so tomorrow, today's New Year's Eve. And then tomorrow's New Year's Day, right? The 31st? Child. I'm wishing y'all a happy New Year's, you know, to many blessings. I can't wait for 2020. Well, let me not say I can't wait for 2023. I'm excited for 2023. I'm welcoming the energy of 2023. You feel me? Like, yeah. I'm excited to see what blessings 2023 has in store for me. And I hope y'all are excited as well and grateful that, you know, the Lord, God has like literally carried us from January till December. And I feel like that in itself, we should just all be grateful, you know, like throughout the lessons we learned, throughout all the growth, you know, all the expansive energy that we've gone through this year alone. Like, we need to clap for ourselves. Like, we should be proud of ourselves. Give yourself a pat on the back because we made it, okay? So continue to thank God, to be grateful, and to look forward to our blessings, to all the prosperity that we deserve. So yeah, so let me get these cards together 1 second. All right, Spirit. So what do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? What's going on? What do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? Please and thank you. What do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? All right, so we got 3 cards. Beautiful. Now let's see. All right, so the first card that we are all familiar with is card number 18, which simplifies to the number 9. It says, shine love on fear. Love will light up the darkness. We already know that, right? You know what I'm saying? Coming into this new year, you know, listen. And I want to touch on that a little bit because I told y'all in my last reading, if you didn't know, like, watch my last reading, and I explained to y'all how, like, you know, next year, 2023, will be a spiritual year for us all, for humanity. And I told y'all a little bit of how my spiritual year uh, went back in 2021, and how everything was just like, I was getting so much information, y'all. It was literally information overload, and most of those information I was getting were it had the narrative of like fear, like of inflicting fear, to the masses, and that's kind of what it was. And that was in the spiritual community, okay? Like, I was watching, tarot videos and stuff like that, and I feel like a lot of some of those readers can unintentionally or intentionally, it doesn't matter, can inflict, fear on the masses, because, they have a lot of talk on, like, dark spirits, entities, or whatever, people doing black magic, da da da, like, and if you're in that state where you just see, all you see is black and white, like, you seeing things as like angels versus demons, like, that can scare you, and you just looking at everybody around you like, oh my goodness, like, like, it's a war out here, which, granted, yes, this is definitely spiritual warfare, but I feel as though me taking a reflection on back of what happened in 2021 versus where I am now, especially in my spiritual journey, there's definitely a process. There is a process to, like, to get to this point where I'm at now. Not saying, oh, I'm at the, like, highest point, the highest peak. I still have learning to do in my spiritual journey, but I definitely see the stages now that I'm out of that, those initial steps that I was in. So yeah, so obviously the stages, you get the angel numbers, you start seeing the angel numbers, and then you dive deeper and you go into the rabbit hole, and you start, getting more information about the angel numbers. Then that goes on to, tarot, and, reading for yourself, your sun sign and whatever, and then you go deeper and deeper and deeper, right? Once you start getting to the point where you're just like, okay, when you get to that point where you look at everything as is bad and everything as in good and bad, like black and white, that's when shit start taking a toll. Like, that's when shit start, getting crazy, or getting magical and mystical. I'm trying to not say crazy, but I'm trying to find like a word to replace crazy, because sometimes things do be wild, But anyways, but that's when shit start getting wild, okay? And because if you look at the world as stuff that's just good and bad, black and white, that's dangerous, because there's nothing that's just, there's nothing that you can't just say that, like, that's good, that's a bad person, and that's a good person, like, you can't just categorize people as just, you're either this or that. No, like, it's deeper than that. You can't just look at it, especially, and I say especially in the spiritual community, because people can use the Bible as a way to do that as well, as a way to just say, like, oh, I'm the chosen one, and you're demonic, you're a demon, da da da. And I'm telling you guys, because I've been through this whole phase, and I feel like a lot of people will go through that phase, because it is a phase. Like, it's a process. Like, once you're in that phase, you, like, look at everything as black and white. But the world is not black and white. It's so much depth to a person. It's so much depth to the world. Yes, there is a balance. There's light and there's dark, but that's not saying that the dark is bad. Just like we all have shadow aspects in ourselves, we can't say like that our shadow aspects are bad, No. Our shadow aspects help us. They protect us, So it's like, saying something is good and bad, it's just like, okay, that's dangerous, because you're drawing that line. And it's just like, we as human beings, there's so many things that make us up, like, we are unique in ourselves. And yeah, we do have different qualities. We do have, light and dark aspects to ourselves. So, I say this to say, when 2023 comes and, people are having these spiritual awakenings and stuff, be mindful that it will get too extreme, you know, for the people that are just waking up and people who are um, in that phase of looking at everybody and everything as either they're good and they're bad. And I say this to say, like, have grace for them because they're going through their own process. And I feel like that's so important because I went through my whole process of this, and that was back in 2021. And a year later, I'm like, I'm glad that, you know, the people that fell off. Okay, yeah, but the people that was around me, you know, as far as family, they did their best to try to, like, you know, to understand me and, like, to also, like, try to keep me safe, you know, and they tried their best to ground me, because in that state you can take it to extreme measures, and you can also try to force your views and what you find, the information that you withhold and stuff like that, the information that you gather, you can force all of that on somebody else. And in that state, you being that person, you can scare people off, and you can also push people away in that state as well. But obviously, when you're in that state, you can't realize because all you see is that black and white. That's all you see. Because in that state, like, nobody can tell me shit. Like, what all the information I was gathering, I was right. Like, I just knew it. Nobody can tell me nothing, but that was my ego. And that's why I said, like, people have, there's phases. You have that ego. That ego is literally just your third eye, is just, you know, your mind, you know, you just strictly just head. So it's like, yeah, it's dangerous. And I can't stress this enough. It's really, really dangerous. And, like, yeah, took it to an extreme where, like, you know, I had to get grounded. Like, that's why I said my soul had to call for SOS because, like, in a sense, I wasn't able to be tamed because of my views and my extreme views on things and stuff like that. That can literally put you in harm's way. So if you have anybody in your family or whatever, people, friends that you know that will be going through that, like, just listen to my message, and come 2023 or whatever, or if it's just started for you guys, give them grace and give them the time to, like, go through the process, you know, like, don't call them crazy, don't call them, you know, names, or don't, like, shut them out. Just, like, you know, when they're ready, because obviously eventually they will be ready to, like, come down and actually try to listen, you know. It took a minute for me, I ain't gonna lie, it took a minute, like, but yeah, so it is, yeah, just give grace, have grace for them. It's literally a process, and I feel like if that is gonna go on next year, we just need to have grace for all of humanity, because it can get it can get very extreme, especially if you don't have people around you in your corner to support you. Yeah, it can get scary. It can really get scary. But like I said, it's not to like inflict fear on anybody, but it's just for you guys to have grace for those people who are who are awakening, because it is a tough process. And the people that are awakening, we're not going to understand why we are trying to, like, you know, tell the masses, like, y'all need to do this, y'all need to wake up. We're not going to understand why we're doing it. But after, we're going to realize, okay, we can't force somebody to wake up. We can't do that. But like I said, it's learning. We learn that after time. So yeah, it's best to shine love on fear. And that's a lesson that they will eventually come to. It's about shining love, you know, regardless. Everybody's on their own journey. So yeah. So come 2023, if you notice people are being sporadic in what they're posting, what they're sending you guys, like, you know, whether it's like Bible quotes and stuff like that, just let them go through their process. Sometimes they just need that's what it is. They got to go through their process. And it can be isolating for the person that is awakening. It really can be. So say, for example, you go through this. It can be very isolating. But that's because it's designed that way. It's your own spiritual awakening. So you're not going to know how your spiritual awakening looks like. But just know, like, you have your own unique spiritual awakening that's catered to you. Everybody outside of you will not understand what the fuck is going on. I'm telling you this now, okay? I'm telling you this now. You're going to have people looking at you crazy. You're going to have people thinking that you're crazy. But it's just a process. And it's a process of you. It's a process of, and I say ego death, but people, they don't like when people say ego death. But in a sense, it's not a death. It's just, it's a humbling experience, you know, because we live our lives so heavily in our masculinity, where we have to do this, that, and the third, to the point where it drives us to the point where, you know, it drives us mad, basically. And it appears like we're mad, you know, like we're crazy and stuff. But that's just God's way of us taking a moment to actually sit down. If I tell you my story, like, I'm not telling all the details, but yeah, I had to be sit down, like literally, like, because I was just like head. And I'm saying head like third eye, like just like talking, you know, but that was low-key my ego, you know, where God was literally trying to prepare my resting period. Like, it was saying, like, you need to sit down, girl, because you doing too much, you know? So I was forced to actually sit down with myself. And yeah, that's the second part of the spiritual awakening. So it's going to get crazy before it gets better. But in a sense, it's not crazy. It's just beautiful, you know? So trust the process. You're going to be fine. Yeah, I just I hope you guys have the support that you need throughout this process. But even if you don't have the support in this 3D, you have support in the spiritual realm. Like your angels, your spirit guides, they're all with you. They're all around you. They know exactly what you need, and they know exactly who you need in order for you to get grounded back to reality once, you know, things start getting out of hand. Okay? But yeah, I really just had to say that. So I guess that's the message. That's the start shit. All right. But the next card that came out says, it's card number 30. You already know number 3. We love that. It says, walk your own journey. It is essential to stay on your own path. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. And I can't stress that enough because, listen, I just talked to you guys about like how it's crucial for you to to deal with your own path. Don't try to sway on into anybody else's path. Don't try to like add yourself into somebody else's path. Like you just like, oh, I know, like it's gonna be me and you, but nah. Like sometimes you gonna have you and this other person gonna be at a crossroad, and that's okay. It was just time for y'all to like separate and actually follow your own journey. Because like I said, you designed your journey exactly how you designed it. Anybody outside of you won't be able to understand why you may choose this over this, or why you suddenly veered off to this. That's because that's your own path. They're not supposed to understand. They have their own path. So follow your own path because it is your own journey. Okay? Once you do that, listen, you know exactly what is right for you. You will know exactly what is right for you. And anything outside of what you got going on, anything outside of your path will just be a distraction. Period. And that's what I had noticed. Like, even just that was a part of my reflection period in 2022, because I was just like looking back at 2020, from 2021 to now, I was just like, damn, like I see how a lot of these, whether it's jobs or people, I see how a lot of these jobs and people just came in to like distract me from my path. And me being the curious person that I am, you know how they say curiosity killed the cat. Child, I didn't die, so I ain't gonna say it killed the cat, but it definitely killed my time and my energy, I'll tell you that much. Like, so I understand in that sense. But yeah, I see how a lot of things definitely distracted me. And I feel like heading into 2023, it's like, I know. You know, like, it's like I know, and I'm very mindful, like, I'm staying on my path. Like, fuck everybody else and what they doing. I don't care, you know. I don't need nobody swaying me off my path. I don't need nobody distracting me from what I'm called to do. And that can be so small. It can be the littlest things. It can be like a friendship. It can be, you know, well, it's not little, but it can be so many different things, but you would never see it until you actually look back and be like, damn, this person distracted me. Or damn, like this job really distracted me from what I'm called to do, like taking my time and my energy. So come to 2023, be mindful, reflect, like even right now, reflect on who all has been in your life, you know, what all opportunities came into your life. And you see, like, has it been has it been a distraction? Did it sway you off of your path in some kind of way? Just ask yourself those questions, because I guarantee you'll start to see and you'll start to look like, damn, like this person was taking my time and my energy. Damn, like all he wanted to do was smoke. All he wanted to do was chill. All she wanted to do was talk about drama. All she wanted to do was, because you will see how right when you're trying to get to your blessings, especially when your blessings is right around the corner, them distractions start popping up. So be mindful, be vigilant, yeah. Because, yeah, when I tell you, the enemy can work hard. The enemy be working overtime, okay? But it's up to you to not veer off and to know, like, to have your vision and stick with that vision, because only you got that vision. Nobody else knows what that vision is but you. All right, and the last card that came out is card number 37, and that is a number 10. It says, feel and release. Release all you've accumulated on this journey. Yes. All right, and I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, listen, we already been saying this. We already been saying this, you know? It's about releasing any ties that you have to other people that are no longer in your life. Just releasing all these old stagnant energy that is no longer yours, you know? Like, heading into this new season, like, I'm telling you, I'm about to wash my hair today. Like, I've been itching to wash my hair. I was just like, I need to wash my hair. I need to just, you know, even before this new year starts, I just need to, like, wash. Like, it was just, I'm about to wash it today, and I'm just like, ugh, I'm just ready to wash my hair. But yeah, like, just have a spiritual bath, a spiritual shower, you know, like, release all that old stagnant energy, those soul ties, you know, from people, places, and things that no longer resonate with your soul anymore while you're heading into this new season. That is so important. That's not even just because it's a new year, just period. You should always, you know, actively release stagnant energy. Like, you know, get them sages, get them Palo Santos, you know, like, listen, release, because you'll never know. And then even then, like, because that goes back to 2021, what I was doing, like, I was throwing away, like, clothes, like, that people gifted me that I no longer, like, you know, like, we no longer resonated. And why am I keeping a gift? Like, why am I keeping a shirt that you gave me? Because, like, all of that holds energy. And that's why, like, I was like, when I'm telling you, I was going ham, y'all, okay? I was throwing away everything. I was throwing away, like, you know, board games and stuff like that. It was like drinking games that I bought, but I was like, I'm not even trying to take none of this energy from these cards, from these games, from these clothes, because we not on speaking terms right now. So why am I keeping this shit? You know, like, all of that holds energy. So yeah, clear out that closet. Clear out that closet. Okay. Because you don't need that coming into the new year. You know, it's all about traveling light. And yes, that's what we're doing. Traveling light, because you're starting fresh. You're starting over the new year. Yeah. So let's start. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Y'all know what y'all gotta do. You know, spring cleaning, Sunday cleaning, whatever you want to call it. But just clean that shit out. Okay? It doesn't need to come with you. All right, so now let's see. What's next? What do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? Spirit, let me know. Spirit, what do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? Ooh, okay. We got that one. Oh, child, we got 3 cards that came out, y'all. Spirit is over here talking. Spirit talking, y'all. All right. And before I even say what these cards is, something else that came in my mind, it was just like, you know how we're clearing things out. We're making room. It's like we're making room for something. As I said, travel light. Like we're making room for the new to come in, whether that is a new partnership, whether that is new love, new connections, new, just new. So we're clearing things out and we're getting ready for the new. People come in 2023 might end up in relationships, might end in beautiful friendships, beautiful job opportunities. Let's see. All right, now let's see what cards came out because these are some beautiful cards. Let's start off with self-love. Okay. So the card that came out says self-love. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love. The beach they said the PG kind, okay? We ain't talking about no PG-13 or R-rated. PG. All right, so I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can, and when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep on the couch. Got that, self? That is so cute. This is so crazy. This is so crazy that this came out because I had a conversation with myself yesterday, and it was similar to this. And I was just like, when this new year comes, like, and you do end up in a relationship, you better not forget that you come first, okay? Like, it does not matter. Like, I know I love, to nurture. I love, to pour my love into something or someone. But I cannot forget. And I told myself, I said, you better not, like, I was looking in the mirror, y'all. I was like, you better not forget that. Like, you better not forget that you a bad bitch. Like, you are the one. Like, regardless of who come into your life, regardless of, your ideal person, like, regardless of that, like, you got to put you first. Because sometimes, like, and I remember I reflected and I seen, like, with the past relationship that I had and these past friendships, like, I would literally lose myself trying to, like, please them. And it was so easy for me to just, like, be a chameleon because, like, they would have their mask take over me, like, my entire being, and I was just kind of like sit there and just kind of like, like, whatever. I allowed that shit to happen, because my boundaries were not in place. So I love that this card is coming in because it's just like, remember to pour into yourself, self-love, and yeah, but another thing that's coming to mind was like the difference between self-care and self-love because, self-care is like you doing, those things outside of yourself, like getting your feet done, getting your nails done, buying things, doing the bubble baths and all that. And the third, but self-love is loving yourself when you're not even doing nothing. It's like you taking the time to reflect, you taking time to sit with yourself, you taking time to actually doing the spiritual work, the mental work, the reflection, the shadow work. That is self-love because you love yourself enough to better yourself. That's self-love. So yeah, be committed to yourself before these new connections come in, before that relationship comes in, before that, dream job comes in. You have to be committed to yourself. And you got to tell yourself the time that you see yourself not committing into yourself, the time that you see yourself not pouring into yourself, I told Divine, I said, you better give me a hard sign, like a big sign, like you see what you're doing? I told the Divine, and I was like, honestly, the Divine don't even got to do all of that, because I be getting the hints. I'll be like, hold on now, wait a minute, because even in that relationship that I had in the past, I was just like, what's going on? Like, why am I in this? Like, I was literally asking myself, like, why am I in this shit? You know, because even that was like a distraction. Like, it started off that way too. It was just giving distraction. Um, but yeah, like, and you got to tell yourself, give yourself some consequences. Like, if you see yourself not being sweet and gentle to yourself, not pouring into yourself, you know, having negative self-talk, you gonna sleep on the couch. I told myself, I said, you better do what you need to do, girl. I even put that in my letter too. I was like, listen, you better do, like, we did all this hard work. And if you turn around and you not pouring into yourself and you over giving and doing all this other stuff, you know, pouring from an empty cup, we did all this work for no reason for you to just turn back. I had to tell myself that. So, like, sometimes you got to give yourself that tough love, because that's what the Divine gives us. The Divine gives us that tough love, you know? So, yes, have that self-love for yourself, because if you can't pour that love into yourself, how can you pour into somebody else? All right? Be excited to pour into yourself versus a new person coming in, you know? All right, and then the next one that came out says connection. I'm connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. It's so cute. But yes, like I said, be open to connecting. You know, like, I feel like we've been in this journey. I know I've been in this journey of, like, you know, it's just been self-love. Like, it was just the self-love. And then it was just like, you know, me sitting with myself, you know, me doing the work and me doing the healing and stuff like that, doing the shadow work. I was solo dolo. And then, so it's now like I'm moving towards, like, you know, connecting, having those connections with like-minded souls and stuff, and to understand that we are not actually alone. Like, we are all going through this journey, you know. It might be separate, but we're not, energetically, we're not separate. We all come from source. We're all connected, you know, through strangers that you meet, like they said, by just them smiling. Because they energetically, they know, you know, that you needed that smile that day. So, yeah, like, everyone is waiting to connect. And I feel like as we go into the new year, don't carry those old, you know, dusty baggages that you had from past relationships, previous friendships and stuff like that. Don't carry that to this new year and block yourself off from experiencing these connections, because everybody outside of you is ready to connect. They waiting on you to connect, to be ready, to be open, to not have any doubts. Just be open to the experience, you know, whether it ends in a good experience or a bad experience. At the end of the day, you got a ticket to the show. Like I said, at the end of the day, you got the experience, period. And that counts for something. So, be open to connecting, because your soul family is waiting to connect with you. Your soul mate is waiting to connect with you. Your divine partnership. All right. And then that leads us to ideal partnership. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. It's so freaking cute. I love these cards so much. Notice we got 3 of each. 3, 3. 3 is coming in heavy, okay? Yes. And that's what I'm saying. This is why it's a process from self-love to finally be opening to connections. And then you let down your barriers and you are aligned with your ideal partnership. You are aligned with your soulmate, your soul fam, you know, like, and that person will be a direct reflection of you. So that's why it's so important for you to do the self-work. Because if you don't love yourself, you will be in a situation, you will be put in a partnership where that person also doesn't love himself. So so y'all are both in a codependent relationship. You know, the person's depending on you, you depending on the person to give that love to each other. So it's like, for us to do this work, this is what it's preparing us for. It's preparing us for this ideal partnership. Are we ready, y'all? Like, are we ready to experience our true match? You do not want to push away your true match because you have old baggages and old hurt from previous friendships and relationships. So you have your heart guarded. No. Be ready. Be open. Because that true match is waiting for you. What you are seeking is seeking you. It's just a matter of, are y'all going to do the work? All right, now let's start. Let's see. Let's see what Spirit has to tell us. Let's see what's going on. What's in the cards for us and for the collective? All right, Spirit, what do my listeners and viewers need to hear right now? Thank you. Spirit, what do my listeners and viewers need to hear now? All right, I want to get a couple more cards and then we'll start. Okay, oops. All right. All right, let me get these cards situated and then we're going to go ahead and dive right in. All right, y'all, let's get into this reading. I'm excited. I love this reading, okay? All right, so we're going to start off with the Nine of Swords and the Hermit in reverse, which is also the number 9. So the Hermit and the Nine of Swords. All right, but the Hermit was in reverse. So let's start off with this Nine of Swords. Y'all already know. Y'all have seen this card. Look at her. Like, she's literally can't sleep at night. And that's why I said going through, you know, the overthinking stage, you know, stress, anxiety, just all the emotions that just keep you up at night. You know, like, I feel like we can do our best to mask, you know, things in the daytime, you know, put on a mask, put on a smile, when really, in actuality, like, we're actually going through it. You know, we actually can't sleep at night. And so that's why I feel like this is past energy. This is past energy of that hurt and that pain that kept us up at night, you know. Being in these relationships, these friendships and stuff like that, that gave us stress and anxiety. So we're leaving that in the past and we're moving on to the Hermit in reverse. So the Hermit upright is giving, you know, just being secluded, you know, stuck in the pain of the Nine of Swords, you know, staying to themselves, you know, like after experiencing a hurt like that, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, whether it was an infidelity situation, you know, from a friendship or, I mean, not friendship, from a relationship or whatever. But also it could be friendship as well. If you were in a situation where, you know, you couldn't trust that person, you know, that person caused you a lot of hurt and pain, you know, that person was talking behind your back and stuff like that, whatever the case may be for you, take it how it resonates. But the Hermit is just like, you're just like, okay, I can't trust anybody outside of me. You know, you just like basically it's just like victim, you know, like you're a victim. So it's just like, you know what, I just gotta tough it out myself. I gotta be on my own. I gotta be solo dolo. You know, I can only trust myself. I have to pour into myself. So Hermit in reverse is like, okay, like I'm ready and I'm open to coming out of this cave that I created for myself. I'm ready to experience the world out there, outside of what I just know, outside of a world where I'm the victim and people are taking advantage of me. You understand? So it's like, all right, I'm ready to open and give my love out to the world, and we'll see where it takes us. All right. So the next one that comes out is the Hangman and the Five of Swords in reverse. So the Five of Swords upright, like I said, give Nine of Swords energy. He's stressed. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know where to go. He's confused. He's lost. That's the Five of Swords. You know, he's all in his head, and he's not seeing what's actually around him. So in reverse, you see the man that's in the background, he's free. He's free of confusion. He's free of the lies that was told. You know, he see things for what they are in actuality. And that's why with the hangman is like, you can see with the light, he, oh, that's a she. Well, take it out of resonate, switch the roles as it resonates, okay? But yeah, like she has her head, she's like, she sees a new perspective. She sees it from a new perspective. She sees that relationship, that friendship, how everything went down. She sees how, you know, that took place. You know, she understands that she didn't set her boundaries. So that's why, you know, that's why that person was able to take advantage of her, you know? So she sees it from a whole different perspective. And sometimes you have to get out of the situation in order for you to see why things happen the way that it did regarding a person, place, or thing. So freeing yourself of that, you know, negative view of things, freeing yourself from that view of you being the victim and stuff like that, where now you're seeing why things happen the way they did. Because at the end of the day, you taught that person how to treat you because you were settling for what they were giving you. You were settling for the breadcrumbs. So that's why that took place. So now I'm not, in a sense, I'm not hurt from that anymore, but instead, I understand that person taught me to self-love, that I have to be selfish with my energy and my time. I have to pour into myself. That's what I'm seeing now. You know, I have to look at it from a different perspective. All right. And now that, you know, I've done that, you got the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so with the Ace of Wands, back like I said, enlightenment. My third eye is open. I'm able to see. I'm more aligned with the divine now. Now I understand. Now I'm getting all the information that I need. I'm getting all the terms that, you know, people know now, like narcissism and stuff like that. You know, I was an empath. I was getting all the information. You know, you were, you know, pouring into yourself. You were doing the self-love. You was doing this shadow work, you know. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you know, now you're trying to grow the seeds that you planted while you were going through those situations. But while you were in it, you weren't able to grow them because look at the environment. It wasn't a great environment in order for those seeds to sow. So now that you're out of that, and you have an idea of why things happen the way that they did, now you're able to put your creative juices into the mix, and you're able to take something that was dark and make light of it, right? So now you're pouring into your seeds, and you're just like, okay, I understand why this had to happen, because now I'm able to pour into this. Now I'm able to learn, and I'm able to help other people realize, you know, cycles that they may be stuck in. So I'm able to grow the seeds that I planted, and I'm able to, like, you know, help others while doing that as well. All right, so that's with the Seven of Pentacles. So now with the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, Now, like I said, the creative juices are flowing. Now I'm getting all those downloads. Now I'm seeing how to create, how to help, doing things by doing things, painting, writing, journaling, you know. I'm getting all those creative juices flowing and I'm in my own element. And now I'm creating light out of a dark situation. And now I'm in my element. And by me in my element, I'm attracting like-minded souls and individuals who also operate in their own element. They're in their authentic self. They're shining, they're dancing, they're singing, and that's what I'm saying. This is what I was seeking. Like I said, what you are seeking is also seeking you. So I was seeking this in my, you were seeking this in your creativity. And now people that actually understand you on a soul level, you attracted them and they're able to bring this out of you. They're able to bring the fun out of you, the creativity out of you. You see how with that four of wands, they're literally just dancing, being an embodiment of their true authentic selves. And I feel like that's what we all can hope for, right? That's literally you being on your path. It's you being your true authentic self. Okay? And then the last two cards, y'all. The King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. You attracting your ideal partnership. Like we just said, this is second confirmation. Your ideal partnership is waiting for you. Like, your ideal partnership is seeking you just like you are seeking them. But y'all are both doing the work, right? Y'all both did the healing work. Y'all both did the self-work. Y'all both did the work where y'all had to look within and understand why these relationships happened the way that they did, and how to pour into yourself. And now with you guys both individually pouring into yourselves, you're not seeking that fulfillment out in somebody else. You're not seeking that out in each other because you already gave that to yourselves. You already gave that to yourselves. And so that's how two whole people can come together and make something grow, make a whole empire just grow, help create. With the Queen of Cups, that she's literally overflow. She is in overflow. So with that overflow, they're able to create whatever reality they choose to create together because they're two whole individuals choosing to grow together. How beautiful is that, y'all? How beautiful is that? All right. Now, if you do have any questions for your angels, your spirit guides regarding person, place, or thing, go ahead and think of that question right now. We're going to go ahead and ask your angels and your ancestors. All right, spirit, answer any question my listeners and viewers may have right now, please, and thank you. All right, spirit, answer any question my listeners and viewers may have. All right. Let me get one more since we've been having 3 cards. Let's get the last one. All right. I guess we get them 4 because another one came out. All right. So, are y'all ready? So, the first card that decided to come out says, "Take action." It is time to take action. We have been in the waiting period for a long time. I wouldn't even say waiting period. We have been in the transition period for a while now. Now it's time to take action regarding a person, place, or thing, and I do I want to read in the book to see what it says. So let's see, so I can give better insight on what to take action for. So or what to take action on. All right, so it says, the time has come to take action. Your angels are waiting for you to take the next step so that they can assist you along the path to your dreams. Do away with procrastination and uncertainty. In your heart, you know what to do. Get going. Whether you're focused upon career, relationships, or some other topic, the fulfillment of your wishes isn't going to just fall into your lap. You must be actively focused on the pursuit of what you want. Yes, yes, and yes. I don't even have nothing else to say because literally throughout these whole few readings, they've been saying, like, you know, take action, set your intention, but also take action on what you want to see come into your reality, whether that's regarding a relationship, a friendship, a career goal. Like, it's up to you to take action. You know, you can wish upon a star all you want, but you have to take action in regards to what you wish to see in your reality. All right. And then the next one that came out, it says, meditation brings answers. Like, we know this now. We know this by now, but you would think that we'll be doing that more often, huh? So, yeah, meditation brings more answers. So if you do have a question regarding a person, place, or thing, sit with yourself, sit with your angels, sit with your ancestors, sit with yourself in a quiet, it doesn't have to be a quiet room, but if that helps you, like in a quiet place or a place where you just feel at peace, you know, that can be, you know, out in nature, and just meditate on that question. And I guarantee you, after that meditation, you will get your answer. You will get your answer for sure regarding a person, place, or thing. All right. And then the next one says, don't stop. Keep going. Okay. You are close. Do not stop. We are literally almost at the finish line. So please hold on a little bit longer. Okay. And that's why I say, I tell you, even from experience, a year like 2021, it was just like, that was like, I just keep going. You know, the song that really got me out of that, like, was Ways by Janae Aiko. Okay. Like, you gotta keep going. Like that song, you gotta keep going. That song, like, she says it so many times, like, but it's just like, it just helped, like, it helped me out of that dark space. That's why it's one of my those songs that just really, really resonate with me, because I remember the shit that I went through, you know, in 2021. And like this, where I'm at now is just like, I'm glad I kept going. You know, I'm glad I kept going. I'm glad I did not stop. So if you are on a brink of like stopping and just wanting to take yourself out of here, I'm telling you now, please do not stop, because you are on a brink of what is destined for you. You are on a brink of receiving all your blessings, okay? And then the next one that came out, it says, helpful people are on their way to assist you along your journey. You will not be alone anymore. Please do not stop. Literally, helpful people. And I feel like I want to read that card as well. Let me read what it says for helpful people, because I'm saying your soul family, you know, they are what you are seeking. They are seeking you. What you are seeking is seeking you, okay? All right, so for helpful people, it says, this card indicates that it's time to expand your circle of friends, or you may find yourself needing to do some professional networking. Make time to branch out in order to create the personal or career connections necessary to be happy and successful. This card can also indicate that your situation requires the input of those who can assist you in accomplishing the task before you. This may include professionals in fields related to your question, or others who work for or around you. It could also include people in your personal life who have experience that would be useful. This card lets you know that someone will be entering your life soon who can help make your dreams come true. And the next card, literally on the next page, says, if you believe. Listen, okay, I can't make this up. That's if you believe, okay? But you have people that are coming into your life. 444, literally on the clock. Be ready, be open to receiving their help, because I know it can be hard to receive help, especially if you know, came from a past where you were taken advantage of, you know, and you were just surrounded by a lot of takers. But I'm here to tell you that not everybody is a taker. Okay? You'll be surrounded by a giver just like yourself. And that giver will help you propel you into your next season. All right, but that is all I have for you guys today. If this message resonates, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And also share it to anybody you feel may need to hear this message right now. I will see you guys next time. Y'all stay flowing, glowing, and growing. Bye.